Did I just fall for that? Be honest, you've asked yourself that after watching a TikTok at 2 a.m. Maybe it was a fake headline, a fake product, a fake apology video with sad music. But here's the terrifying part. Some lies don't just fool us, they stay. And worse, we forget they were lies in the first place. Did you click on this video expecting it to be 5 minutes long? Well, this time it's different. And just like you clicked on this video expecting one thing and getting something entirely different, we are constantly misinformed when we consume content, based on our daily biases. Today, we'll be diving into the misinformation effect, from the psychological reasons why it's getting harder to navigate what's real and what's not in the digital world, to specific ways we can think more critically about the content we are consuming. Hi, I'm Jenna Kim, the founder of the 5-Minute Teen Newscast. As you can see, today's episode is slightly different and might be misinformation in itself because it's way longer than just 5 minutes. Rather than newscasting like last year, I'm testing something new. Over the next 4 weeks, I will be releasing a 10-episode deep dive series where I solo dive into the headlines, trends, and chaos shaping our generation, from burnout culture, AI anxiety, fast fashion, and the overall media overload. I wanted to make this series because as I approach senior year, and therefore adulthood, I've been thinking more critically about the content I scroll through daily and how it's shaping my worldview. These episodes follow a simple structure. We'll go over what the media trend is, the platforms where it's most prevalent, why it's significant to our generation specifically, and how we can combat its negative effects. I truly hope these 10 episodes become your space to pause, decode, and dive deeper into the media world. In simple terms, when you're shown false info, intentionally or not, you later remember it as true. It's wild. But what's worse is that this isn't just a distant psychological theory. We've all experienced this misinformation effect, even if we weren't aware of it. Take celebrity culture, for example. Remember when Percy Hines White, known for his role in Wednesday, was falsely accused of assault on social media? Well, even though he was later cleared of those allegations, many people still associate him with these false claims. The lie locks in before the truth even gets a chance. And that's what makes this misinformation effect so dangerous. It blinds us from the truth. So let's break down why this misinformation is so prevalent in every type of media. Because it's not just in the people's newspapers or the news sources we see online where this misinformation is prevalent. It's in every single type of content that you consume. To explain it simply, we're living in a society that emphasizes emotion and speed over truth and accuracy. Social media platforms like TikTok, X, and even Instagram aren't designed to prioritize accuracy. They're designed to maximize emotion and engagement. TikTok's For You page doesn't care about fact-checking. It rewards drama, virality, and relatability. AI-generated content, like the viral Pope in a puffer jacket image, spreads faster than real content. A 2018 MIT study found that false information spreads 6 times faster than the truth on Twitter. Quote graphics, slideshows, and emotional edits make it even harder to tell what's sourced and what's made up. But why? Why are these social media platforms actually wired to our emotions rather than the accuracy that they are portraying online? 1. It's because our brains are wired to remember emotional content more than the logical. That's what's called the emotional memory effect. Secondly, algorithms boost what gets reactions, not what's verified. And 3, AI is blurring the line between the fake and real, making even smart people second-guess themselves. But why does this matter to our generation specifically? As many of us already know, we are the most online generation, by far. But that doesn't mean we're the most media literate. Studies show that Gen Z struggles to distinguish facts from opinions online, according to the Stanford Civic Online Reasoning Study, And 94% of teens say they've seen misinformation online, but most don't know how to verify it via common sense media. We're exposed to more content in a single day than previous generations were in a week, but we rarely pause to critically analyze it. We often trust vibes and therefore emotions over verification and therefore logic. If the aesthetic is strong or the creator looks trustworthy, we assume the content is accurate. That is the filter bubble in action. But what can we actually do to make this change? Us learning about the research behind the misinformation effect and what it is isn't going to give us any more solutions on how to navigate the media world. Here are the 5 tools that I will give you today that will allow you to navigate the media world much more literally. 1. Pause before you post. Ask yourself, who made this? What's the source? And does it emotionally manipulate me and my peers? Think about the posts that you're watching. Think about the posts that you're posting or liking from your friends' stories. How does it make you feel, and how does that make you think and act? Those are the types of questions that will allow you to think critically about what you're consuming and actually gain something from your content rather just having it slip through one ear, out the other, and affect you, misinform you negatively. 2. Use media literacy tools. Try reverse image search, or use fact-checking sites like Snopes or Media Bias Fact Check, or follow creators who cite sources. Make sure that just as much as you're consuming the silly and funny reels, you are also using the tools to fact-check the news sources and the serious content that you are consuming online. That is how you will actually know you are being truly informed by your content rather than misinformed. 3. Diversify your feed. If all your content agrees with you, it's not giving you the full picture. I know for me, this comes down a lot to politics, worldviews, as well as cultures. Social media is supposed to be an outreach and communication platform to people all around the world, but instead, we are so caught up in our own, even online, because our biases and our prejudices are continually backed up by the For You pages created for us. But if you diversify your opinions, diversify your content, who knows the worlds that you can reach just through your phone. 4. Normalize saying, I'm not sure if this is true. That's not weakness, it is a true strength of accountability. I know that for myself, there are just some things that no matter the amount of research I do or posts I've seen about it, I am not 100% sure about my views and information on the situation. And I remember one of my peers once told me that staying uninformed is ignoring the issue. However, I believe that if you've taken the steps of action to research and try to inform yourself, but you still don't really know if you understand it completely, I think there is a power in admitting that you don't know something. It's taking accountability for the true amount of knowledge you have. And the truth is, the most valuable information and opinions that you will form comes from months of learning and researching, not just a couple of scrolls. 5. Understand algorithms. Social platforms don't show you the truth. They're made to show you what makes you want to stay, which, as we mentioned before, are emotional responses. The more you lay off your emotions when watching these posts or scrolling through, the more you will understand and the more power you will have over social media. Now, I want you to think back to something you believed this year that turned out to be false. Maybe it was a viral video, a celebrity scandal, a health tip, or a meme. But what made you believe it? I'll share a deep and misinformed belief I had across my elementary to middle school years. And it was that I thought coffee stunted and shrank my growth. What I mean by that is not only did I believe that coffee would stunt my growth, as in stop it, but I thought coffee would make me physically shrink. And of course, I've now realized that those Korean nutritionist influencers and people that I'd met were completely untrue and completely misinforming me because I've been drinking coffee and growing quite well. These are funny, harmless moments, but they remind me that our brains are wired to believe confidently even when we're wrong. And in a more serious context, like online news content, this wiring can have real consequences on us and our worldview. So, did you have a moment or piece of information that you were misinformed on and truly believed this year, or maybe even before that, like in your childhood, like me? Make sure you share either in DM or comment, and I will share your personal story in the next episode. Make sure to tune in next episode because I will be talking about burnout culture and why we are so burnout in our generation. Thank you so much for listening, and bye.